Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Come on in. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Let me know if you can hear me. Welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome in. Happy Friday, everybody. Happy Friday. Just wanted to hop on for a few moments to give you all some wonderful updates and opportunities to stay connected to me and the brand. I hope you all are doing well. In the chat, let me know where you are tuning in from and say hello. Hey, 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 it's the day before Valentine's Day. How are you all doing? How's everybody? Greetings, greetings as you're coming in. Hello, hello, hello. I'm going to wait a few moments before I get started. Happy Friday. Do me a favor, like and share this video. Some wonderful updates. Talk about a few things for a few moments. I hope y'all are doing well. I hope you're taking care of yourself. Um, there is so much happening in the world, and I hope that you are making you a priority. I hope that you are staying close to loved ones, making sure that they know that you love them. Hey, y'all, hey. Hey, y'all, hey. Come on in, come on in. So, I want to give some wonderful updates. Actually, it's three things that I want to say, get on, and then hop on off. Once again, I hope and pray that you are taking care of yourself, that you are managing well, that you are keeping your mental health, your well being at the center of everything. During this time, there is a lot of chaos that is happening around us. There is a lot that could rattle our our mental health, our faith, our belief, our hope. And I want to encourage you to stay centered and grounded today and to keep your well being at the center of everything, at the center of everything. So I wanted to hop on here once again to tell you about three wonderful updates um, and ways that you can stay connected to me. So, you probably, if you've been paying attention to my social media pages, you'll see that there's been three events and three things that I have been circulating kind of in rotation. And so I want to take time to talk about each of those for a brief second. So I'm offering a Reiki training in the month of April. And for those who may not be familiar with Reiki, Reiki is a gentle energy healing practice, right? And it is centered around a Japanese practice that was generated, started many, many years ago. Uh, and it is universal life source energy. Is connected to um, the chakras for some. But the long and short is that this is a healing practice. It is a gentle, energy based healing practice that is facilitated through the hands. And for those who may be wondering, for those who are Christian and may be wondering or believers, what is Jesaira doing? What has she gotten herself into right here, right now. Well, Reiki is really universal life source, chi, spirit, universal, the thought that we're all connected by a higher power, God, and that source is life and light, and that there's healing and restoration connected to that. And it's administered through the hands, this energy. And I equate it to the laying on of hands. I grew up in the Christian church, and it's no different from a person laying their hands on your head or laying their hands on your chest. People have laid hands on me. Grew up in the church. Plenty of pastors and people have, laid hands on me for the purposes of deliverance, or for, as they were prophesying to me. And really, truly, this healing modality is more structured, and it is an opportunity for people who feel led and feel as though they really have healing hands to get formally trained. This will diversify your opportunities to reach and to impact many more people, because not everybody is raised in the church, and not everybody believes, especially now, not everybody believes um, in Christianity and believes in God. And so this is a universal healing modality that is once again gentle, it is inclusive, and it involves really helping to transmute old energy residue, helps you to enter into a calmer state of relaxation, is great for emotional regulation. And the thing about when I do Reiki, because of the spiritual gifts that I operate in, this shows up also in the Reiki room with my clients. And I've posted several videos of people um, as testimonials of people who have experienced Reiki by my hands, and has been in the room with me. So, for those who have expressed interest, because I've had several people express interest about participating, I'm going to do this particular training a little different than what traditional Reiki practitioners probably do it, how they do it, because I was trained with three different modalities. I am going to incorporate those in how I inform and how I train those who are signing up. So you're going to get the basic foundations of Reiki 1 and 2. And I'm also going to then move us into spiritual gifts. Going to talk a little bit about spiritual gifts and clair gifts, and tie that into shamanic Reiki. And then finally, we're going to go through violet flame Reiki, which is all inclusive, has to do with God, love rather being the center of, and the motivation behind that form of Reiki. Now, for many Reiki practitioners, we can gatekeep a little bit with regards to how the training is administered. I am in a place, in a space where I'm not interested in gatekeeping, when we can help the collective to heal and help the collective to come into a greater awareness. I have no reason to gatekeep. So, because of this, I am pouring into those who are interested those modalities that have absolutely not only helped me, but has also benefited my clients. And once again, a lot of testimonies around that. So if you are interested, I put the link there for you to register. It is 277.77, and this is for 4 weeks. You're going to get, once again, this is going to be in person. So you're going to get the workbook, you're going to get the in-person experience and practicum. You also are going to get these three different modalities, and we're going to dive into spiritual gifts and clear gifts and how they can show up, how they often show up in the healing space. Now, I really also am wanting to say this for those who, like me, are therapists and clinicians. One of the things that has become increasingly clear to me is that traditional talk therapy isn't enough for many people. A lot of people, the trauma and the pain lives in their body. They embody the trauma, they embody the pain, and sometimes that shows up as aches, as pains. It can show up as tension. It can show up as disease. It can show up in so many ways, inflammation, in so many ways. And Reiki really helps to address these things. And it's a great complement to 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 therapy services. It can really help to open you up in a way, loosen you, relax you in a way that then you're able to begin to process and do the deeper work, right? And so I really, really am excited about this adjunct modality, this complement that I have added to my services, and for other clinicians licensed like me who are interested. I often say that this is good for nervous system regulation, emotional regulation, for those who are interested, and it can work. Specifically with certain diagnoses, it can really work well. So, for those who are clinically trained and are interested and have heard about it, I want to invite you to this training as well. Let me see. There's one other thing. I want to make sure that okay. I said that Reiki is Japanese practice. It began there and it's evolved since that time. Rei, okay, is universal and Ki is life force. Okay. Um, let's see. I want to make sure okay. Yeah. Yeah, so this is a hands-on, once again, healing modality that can help with deep relaxation, help with emotion regulation, help with stored up residue trauma, can help move some of the pain, the aches, the inflammation. Um, I've had nothing but great feedback with regards to the Reiki services that I've provided. You're also going to get attunement. I didn't say that. You're going to get attunement, and that just means initiation into the practice to be able to do it on your own. And I am going to, once this training is over, offer some opportunities for people to do like check ins with me, almost like consultations with me as they begin to get more comfortable with the practice. I don't know if you all have experienced anyone who has healing power or healing energy in their hands. This is something that for me, it shows up as warmth in the center of my hands. And it always has been since a young child. It shows up as warmth in the center of my hands. Now, for those who are, that I am um, leading and facilitating this process for and assisting with, sometimes they feel it as warmth, sometimes they feel it as coolness, but when it's leaving my hands, oftentimes I feel warmth, and then there's sometimes I feel coolness as well. But everybody shows up differently, as they are moving in that space and in that gifting. And so once again, for those who are interested, curious, um, know that you have a gift, reach out to me. You can DM me across any of the social media platforms and I'll tell you more. But I'll also put the link there for you to be able to register. It's going to be in person. When you register, it's going to be in person outside of Atlanta. I won't drop the details to where the location is going to be until you register. When you register, you will get the location. Also, for those who may not be in the Atlanta metropolitan area, there is an option for you to tune in virtually as well. Okay. And if you're interested, once again, there's a link there and you can let me know. All right. So that's that. I want to move to the next thing. The next thing is very, very, very excited. I did a post the other day about me having the opportunity to speak internationally. When I tell you that I feel wholeheartedly that the tide is turning, has turned. Um, there's so many wonderful things that are down the uh, pipeline that I have not disclosed. Some things I will disclose as it shows up, but I'm very, 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 very excited about this opportunity to be a keynote speaker at the Top 100 Most Professional Black Women Summit. This is an international event. It is going to be streamed virtually, but it's going to be streamed across the waters, UK, Africa, Asia. As a matter of fact, many of the speakers that are a part are from obviously different countries, and I am going to be talking about leadership. That's where I am. I'm talking about the mask identity that a lot of women, in particular, the mask that we wear as it pertains to leadership, because we've been taught to perform leadership versus embody leadership. And they're going to update that topic shortly. But I'm going to talk about that and how to move a 90-day transition from performance into embodied power as a Black female leader. It is important. I have been, you probably will get tired of me saying it, but I believe wholeheartedly we are in a leadership crisis and evolution. It's both and. It's both and. While there is exposure that's happening and while there is an awareness that's growing around toxic leadership, there are leaders that are growing at the same time simultaneously, that are embodying what I call sacred leadership. And they're doing that from a sense of awareness. They're doing that from a sense of confidence, consciousness. They're doing that from a place of wholeness, not perfection, but wholeness in that they're actively working on themselves. I am so, so elated to be a part of this event, and there's more information coming. I'm going to offer incentives for those who register to attend. You're going to get a free gift from me and the Oasis Sanctuary, but I'm going to put that information out with regards to when my page, they're finishing up the page for me, when my page will be ready. You're going to get that information, and those who register to attend and be a part, you're going to get a free gift from me, because I want you in the room. I want you to be connected. I want you a part of this energy. There is a clear um, there is a clear uprising of women in leadership as well. We're seeing it in political places. We're seeing it in religious spaces. We're seeing it in education. We're seeing it in business. I don't know if you all know, but that in COVID, during COVID, the time of COVID, um, Black women in particular began to move into entrepreneurship at a rate of 300%, a 300% increase in Black female entrepreneurship during COVID. Listen, there is so much that's happening. This economy, this world moves at our hands. Okay. And I want to be a part of the this movement that is empowering and that is causing us to step into our rightful place. All right. So join me. This is going to be the week of March 23rd. It's the entire week. Once again, be on the lookout for more details about this. I'm going to be talking about it. I'm excited to be a keynote speaker. I am so excited to be a keynote speaker. Um, this is what I love. I love getting out in places and spaces, speaking and talking. And once again, this topic is one of my most favorite. All right. So if you see that information, go ahead and follow me. And I want to see you in this space. All right. I want to see you in this space. Last but not least, I am a part of my work is helping a huge part, probably 85%, is helping people to navigate transition. I call it transition, identity transition, rather. And I use my power method. And let me pause and say this. One of the things I'm learning, I did a post about protecting your intellectual property. I have I am learning, continue to learn, protect everything because there's thieves out here in these streets. That I mean, they literally take and they try to position it as if it's theirs and it's not. First, protect your stuff, protect your intellectual property. Why am I saying this? Because a lot of times, as women in leadership who works for organizations and things of that nature, I can't tell you how many times I have invested my blood, sweat, tears, my creative ability, intellectual ability, talent to help things grow, and later to find out that what I did was being taken, what I did was being used without acknowledgement that it was me. That'll never happen again. That I'll never be found there again. So I've been very intentional about protecting my intellectual property and doing it consistently. And I want to encourage you to do the same. Don't be found where I have been, where people have used things and know they got it from me, almost word for word, and didn't give me credit for it. Never again. Um, so, anyway, excited to be a part of this event. I want you all to, if you can, please, please, please register to attend, register to attend, register to attend. And I was talking about identity transition. I got sidetracked talking about intellectual property. Okay. So you've been seeing me doing a lot of my social media campaigns has been a lot about leadership, identity, moving through transition and leadership. And so the other thing that I'm offering is free 30-minute identity transition mapping sessions. Okay, what is that, Jasera? A lot of times we outgrow places, spaces, relationships, careers, and sometimes we don't know what to do. We don't know what to call it. We don't know what it is. It feels uncomfortable. We're checking ourselves, and it's like, why is this? Why am I feeling a change all of a sudden? Well, I'm of the belief that identity evolves, and it evolves over various aspects and settings in your life. And as you understand identity and how identity works, you can call it what it is and realize that you're navigating a new identity, a transition. And I help people to navigate, namely women, Black women, to navigate these identity phases and going from one phase to the next phase in their identity and being okay with that, because a lot of times who we are is conditioned by our upbringing and so many other factors, and we don't really know who we are because we have allowed others to impose their beliefs and their thoughts, and then we confuse it a lot of times with our personality. So I recognize that a lot of people need help sorting through this in between terrain that they're in. I call it the liminal gap that they're in. They, who they are and who they're becoming. And this place in the in between is where I want to help you to navigate, because that place in between requires presence, it requires intentionality, it requires consciousness, it requires that, there's love and acceptance. And I'm helping folks to navigate that. So if you're interested in a free 30-minute identity mapping session, please reach out, let me know. And I'm going to drop that link here as well. Um, drop that link here as well. And mm, 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 mm. Let's see. I'm going to drop it here for y'all. Bam. There you go. I'll put it over there. It's over there. Okay. So when you come back, let's see. When you come back to this live, once again, three things that I have going on here. I have the Reiki training that's happening 4 Saturdays. I'm going to go back to that. 4 Saturdays in the month of April, in person and virtual. That's from 11 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. each Saturday in April, beginning April 4th. All right. Um, there is the link to register for that. And secondly, the keynote speaker opportunity that's going to take place. It is an international summit, but it is virtually. And that is going to take place on March 23rd. Be on the lookout for that, because those who register to participate, to tune in, will receive a free gift from me, Lady J, and the Oasis Sanctuary. And then, thirdly, the 30-minute identity mapping sessions for those who are navigating this uncertain place in business, in your money, in your life, in your relationships. You're moving from one identity to the next, and you need some help. And I want to help you to map out exactly where you are, because you're not alone and you can make it through it. And everything is going to be okay. There's a link for that free 30-minute session. And yeah, let's see if there's anything else. Um, if you have any questions, let me know. If you have any questions, let me know. Uh, y'all, take care of yourself. Take care of yourself. Make yourself a priority. Make your loved ones a priority. I'm going to be continue to talk more and more about these things that are upcoming. If you're not following me across all social media platforms, you need to do that. You need to do that, because you're missing out on some good content. You're missing out. You are missing out. So you have TikTok, the Oasis Sanctuary LLC, IG, the Oasis Sanctuary _ YouTube, the Oasis Sanctuary, Facebook, the Oasis Sanctuary, Substack, the Oasis Sanctuary, and LinkedIn, the Oasis Sanctuary. So I am around. I am across all of those platforms, and I want you to tune in. If you're not following me on Substack, go out there and check me out on Substack. Have podcasts over there as well. Okay. So we're moving and we're shaking and we're making impact. More importantly, we're making impact and we are being very strategic. I hope you all have an amazing, amazing rest of your day. Enjoy your loved ones. I know the history of Valentine's. I get it. Let's extract something good. Okay. We get so I don't know. If I don't want to go on a rant about this other stuff, I'll save that for another day. But if you have a loved one, if you have a boo, love on them. Let them know that you love them. Let them know that you appreciate them. Let them know that you see them and that you value them, and that life is so much better because of them. All right, do that. Do that. Okay. And I will see you all next time. If you have any questions, once again, feel free to reach out. I love you all. Okay. Bye.